Hello, my name is Ilona and today is Monday, January 8th, 2023. I've taken, of course, some time off to rest, which I was really enjoying. I would love to have another week, but in a way I was also excited to getting back, getting into the rhythm of things. Of course, I still have a lot to read because I really didn't pay any attention the past 2 weeks what's going on, but I started this morning and there is a humongous farmers protest going on in Germany. You're not going to see a lot in the mainstream media about that, or maybe later on. But there is so much coming in now. I've also shared some clips on my channel, my Telegram channel. But there is so much going on. It has to do in Germany. They want to abolish agricultural diesel, and there are things about vehicle tax exemption that has to do with vehicles used in agriculture. So they're really aiming for the farmers. So the farmers are standing up and heading to Berlin. More farmers are supporting them from the Netherlands, from Belgium, from France, and there also are truckers supporting them. So the truckers from Poland, I saw German truckers helping the farmers there. So this is massive, and I have to really give respect to the truckers and to the farmers because they are really the groups of people standing up. We've seen that throughout what's been going on for the past, 4 years almost. Really what's been going on, truckers and farmers are standing up one way or the other, and I really have so much respect for them. And right now that's going on in Germany and more countries. Obviously, like I've mentioned, farmers and truckers are supporting them and helping them as well. So I really wanted to take a look at the energy of these protests, of what's going on right now, and it's very interesting to see. First card we've got is the 5 of Cups. The central card is the 4 of Wands. The card in the past is the Empress card. And we have the 5 of Wands underneath the 4 of Wands. And for the future, we have the 3 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. To me, this feels like more and more cooperation is going to happen in the future. I see more farmers in other countries that will start supporting this, and it will be like a, like a snowball. It will just continue and growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and it will help with healing, because that's so important that people are standing together and supporting, and not just the farmers and the truckers, but also people living in these countries. But I think it will have more and more support, especially with the 3 of Pentacles. That's about cooperation, getting together. And we have the central card now is the 4 of Wands. People are really joining together. That's the beauty of this, standing strong. Enough is enough. There is so much hurt going on, so much fighting, but I see more people starting to understand that they are fighting a common enemy, and it's not really just the government. It's in Germany in this case, or in the Netherlands, we've got the nitrogen policies, which is nonsense. And apparently in Germany, they want to attack them through the tax exemptions and the diesel that's being used. And we all know that this has to do with the agenda of you own nothing and be happy, eat the bugs. It all connected, and I think more and more people seeing this, more farmers, more truckers starting to understand this is their livelihood. We need farmers, we need truckers, we need people working, we need to have our own, our own control over our life, being able to work, being able to gather things, have our own lives, in our own hands, and not controlled by a small group of people. So people are standing up. This is really beautiful to see. I'm kind of wondering if we're going to see more in the media, but right now, like I mentioned, we're not seeing anything in the Dutch media, at least. Couldn't find anything about what's going on here. But, a lot of things are being shared in the independent media about this, and this is really big thing is happening right now, and it could, it's going to be the start of something bigger, especially with the Pentacles of 3 of Pentacles. I mean, this is just going to grow, and it will inspire other people and more groups. And I see that this will lead to healing things, especially with all the pain what's been going on, all the fighting, all the divide and conquer what they've been doing. People are starting to see through that. So there's so much going on in that. And I think it's a good thing that people are getting together and really are like, we need to stop this. This needs to stop. We need to stand up for ourselves. So I see this as a positive thing. I think it will lead to other things. It's like I mentioned, like a snowball. It will just get bigger and bigger, and it's so important that we understand we have a common enemy, and that we stand together, stand for ourselves, step into our power and start using our energies for uniting people, cooperation, helping out. It's so important, and that will heal humanity as well. So this is very important that this is happening now. And I think we're going to see more and more of this in the coming weeks, months. This is not going to stop. So I wanted to talk. That's what I'm seeing in the cards and the feeling I'm getting from what's happening now in Germany. I also did a card reading for coming week. And interesting enough, I actually for the energy for the week, I got 4 cards, because the last card I was pulling, I pulled 2 cards. So these came out together. We have the Queen of Swords, we've got the World card, we have the 8 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords. So to me, the energy for this week is about discernment, especially with the the Queen of Swords, I mean. The Queen of Swords is really about discerning what's coming out. There's going to be so much information coming out from both sides, white hats, black hats. Of course, it's completely depends on your perspective, but that's how I see things. I see more and more things coming out. We see so much happening, and especially with the World card, things are in a successful stage. The World card is a major arcana card, so this will of course take longer than just a week. But there is an ending to a cycle, and we are really experiencing that now. And it's about discernment, what feels right to us, what is really resonating with us, and follow that. Follow your own intuition. So don't get caught up with all these things coming out from both sides. They're working hard. I also see some things about health. I also was reading about that they want to get rid of Mr. B, in America, Mr. B. With health concerns and things like that. I do think more things about the stings are going to come out. And also it's possible that, like, how do you say this? With the 4 of Swords, that more things concerning health can come out. So they might try from the black hats something that will scare people again. It feels to me like they're throwing things at the wall and then seeing what sticks. So they're probably going to come out, maybe something new coming out, maybe some new variant or something else that could, see if they could frighten people again. So they're working hard on both sides to get things out. So discernment is so important, so you don't get caught up in all the manipulation and all the scare tactics, especially from the dark energies, to get people under their control again and being able to manipulate people again, because that will be their main focus. They're trying to get people back in, of course, reel them in. So that's going on this week. Lots of information, that's the feeling I'm getting. And like I said, probably health concerns, things to do with health. But there's also in the coming weeks, months, the World card is of course for a bigger period than just 1 week, that we are closing cycles. I also looked at the 2024 in my videos about the energy of 2024, especially the periods from January to March and from July to September are going to be very rough. At least that's what I was getting out of the cards. But the period, especially at the end, October, November, December, there will be like a completely new energy coming in. If I'm not mistaken, I had the World card for that period as well. So there's going to be a successful ending to things, I believe, at the end of 2024 for just a lot of things wrapping up, but we're already starting to notice things wrapping up. It's coming out. Also, of course, the names on the list of Epstein are now out. Things are going to get under the attention for people, and people starting to see things. It's coming out now more and more and more. And I understand that for some people, this is not going fast enough, but it is about people being able to work with these, and you know how to say this, with these, that they be able to wrap their heads, brains around everything that is going on. If you bring out too much information immediately, a lot of people will not be able to handle it, or just push that away because they don't want to hear it. Of course, there will be people still, if things come out, not wanting to hear it, not wanting to deal with it. And of course, that's the way it is. You can't force someone to open their minds. It's up to each and every one of us to make a decision. What resonates with us, what is real for us, what feels right to us. That's the Queen of Swords again. So the energies for the advice for this week, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Moon card, we have the Knight of Cups, and at the back of the cards I saw this Ten of Wands, and I just got pulled towards it, so I also pulled it. So we ended up with 4 cards for the energies and 4 cards for the advice. Well, the advice is really don't take up responsibilities that are not yours. This is like the chicken without a head card to me. And so many people, especially highly sensitive people, have this tendency of taking on all this responsibility, have no idea where they're going anymore. They just suck up everything. It's like a sponge. They're like, yeah, well, this is my responsibility. I have to take care of the feelings of this person. I have to take care of... Very important that we don't do that anymore, and that we really focus on what's our responsibility and not get caught up with all kinds of manipulations, especially with the dark energies. They'll try to work on our safety, our feelings of, you know, those unconscious feelings, especially the ones concerning safety, concerning health, to trigger people. They'll try with the Moon card, obviously, to get people scared again in that lower vibration, because that's the way, especially when you're in this stage, it's a perfect way to manipulate you and to get you where they want you to. And this is really a chance now this coming week to start focusing on yourself, become independent, follow your own path, create your own path. I know I sound like a broken record, but this is really about the Great Awakening. And the Great Awakening is about awakening in ourselves. That we understand as human beings that this is our task. And it's up to each and every one of us. And we all have our own path to walk. So you can't really say about someone else what they're doing or how they're creating their own lives. You can really just focus on your own life. That's the only thing we can do, and that's the only thing we can truly change is ourselves. Become independent, follow your own path, what feels right to you, follow your own path through your fears that may come up, through all kinds of old things that could come up, and that you really find your own way. Step into your power and really start using your energy. You see all these pentacle cards for yourself and for, of course, the life you want to create here, because that will, if we're all going to do that, really focus on what we truly want, create this new beautiful earth. The energies are already there. We can just pull them in and start manifesting that. That will change the world. It will change your life, of course, if you start working with your own energy, but it will change the world as well, because we're all connected. So it's very important this coming week to not get caught up in all kinds of manipulation, understanding what is your responsibility and what isn't your responsibility, and letting go of all these things that you may carry with you that are really not your own or never been yours to carry. The things you may carry with you from energies, family, things like that. Become independent, follow your own path, and don't get caught up in all kinds of scary news, scary things that could happen, that they just want to trigger you, keep you in a certain energy. It's time to move on and create your own path. I'd like to leave it at this, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye.